Welcome to Supernova. Privacy and security are closely related, as security measures are often implemented to safeguard privacy. For example, securing personal data through encryption or access controls helps protect an individual's privacy by preventing unauthorized access to their information. However, conflicts may arise when security measures are perceived as invasive or encroaching on an individual's privacy. Finding the right balance between privacy and security is a complex issue, as both are important considerations in the digital age. It requires careful consideration of the risks and benefits of different approaches, taking into account legal, ethical, and societal factors. Transparency, accountability, and respecting individuals' rights to privacy while also ensuring appropriate security measures are in place are key in navigating this delicate balance. Security is of utmost importance as it protects individuals, organizations, and societies from threats, ensures the confidentiality and integrity of information, builds trust and confidence, enables compliance with laws and regulations, ensures business continuity and resilience, and supports national security and public safety. Implementing appropriate security measures is crucial in safeguarding the well-being, privacy, and interests of individuals and communities in various contexts. The conflict between privacy and security. The conflict between privacy and security arises from the tension between protecting personal privacy and safeguarding security interests, often in the context of data collection, surveillance, and information sharing. Here are some key points that highlight the conflict between privacy and security. Data collection and surveillance. In the digital age, vast amounts of personal data are collected, stored, and analyzed by various entities, including governments, organizations, and technology companies, for various purposes, such as national security, law enforcement, marketing, and research. This data collection can potentially infringe upon individuals' privacy rights, as it may involve the collection of sensitive information without individuals' consent or knowledge, leading to concerns about surveillance, profiling, and misuse of data. Information sharing and disclosure. In the interest of security, there may be demands for the sharing and disclosure of personal information for purposes such as identification, authentication, and verification. However, this can raise concerns about privacy, as it may involve the sharing of sensitive information with third parties, which can lead to risks of identity theft, fraud, or misuse of personal data. Balancing individual rights and societal interests. The conflict between privacy and security often involves balancing individual rights to privacy and autonomy against societal interests in maintaining security and public safety. Lack of transparency and accountability. The conflict between privacy and security can be exacerbated by the lack of transparency and accountability in data collection, surveillance, and security practices. When individuals are not aware of how their data is being collected, used, and shared, or when there are insufficient checks and balances to ensure responsible data handling, it can lead to erosion of trust and confidence, and further exacerbate the conflict between privacy and security. Legal and regulatory challenges. The conflict between privacy and security can also arise from legal and regulatory challenges, as laws and regulations related to privacy and security can be complex, inconsistent, and subject to interpretation. Balancing the need for security with protecting privacy rights often requires careful consideration of legal and regulatory frameworks, which can sometimes be challenging to navigate. The conflict between privacy and security arises from the tension between protecting personal privacy and safeguarding security interests. It involves debates about data collection, surveillance, information sharing, balancing individual rights and societal interests, ethical implications, lack of transparency and accountability, and legal and regulatory challenges. Finding a balance between privacy and security is a complex and ongoing challenge that requires careful consideration of various factors to ensure the protection of both individual rights and security interests. Balancing privacy and security. Balancing privacy and security involves finding a middle ground between protecting individuals' privacy rights and ensuring security interests are met. It requires careful consideration of various factors to strike an appropriate balance. Here are some key considerations for balancing privacy and security. Informed consent. Individuals should have the right to be informed about the types of data that are collected, how they are used, and with whom they are shared, and should have the ability to provide meaningful consent or opt out. Transparency and informed consent can help individuals make informed decisions and retain control over their personal information. Data protection. Appropriate security measures should be in place to protect the collected data from unauthorized access, breaches, or misuse. Implementing robust security protocols and encryption methods can help safeguard the privacy of individuals' data and maintain security. Accountability and oversight. There should be clear mechanisms for accountability and oversight to ensure responsible data handling and security practices. This may include regular audits, reviews, and reporting on the data collection, surveillance, and information sharing activities, and holding responsible parties accountable for any misuse or breaches. Ethical considerations. Ethical implications of data collection, surveillance, and information sharing should be carefully considered, including issues such as fairness, transparency, bias, and discrimination. Ethical frameworks and guidelines can help ensure that security measures are implemented in a responsible and ethical manner. Legal and regulatory compliance. Compliance with applicable laws and regulations related to privacy and security is essential. Legal and regulatory frameworks should be considered when implementing security measures to ensure that individuals' privacy rights are respected and protected. Public engagement. Public engagement and involvement can help ensure that diverse perspectives are considered in decision-making processes related to privacy and security. Engaging in open dialogues, seeking feedback, and involving stakeholders can help shape policies and practices that balance privacy and security interests. Balancing privacy and security requires careful consideration of legitimate purpose, proportionality, informed consent, data protection, accountability and oversight, ethical considerations, legal and regulatory compliance, and public engagement. Finding the right balance between privacy and security is an ongoing process that involves careful consideration of various factors to protect both individual rights and security interests. Examples of where the line between privacy and security has been drawn. There are numerous examples where the line between privacy and security has been drawn in different contexts. Here are a few examples. Airport security. In the context of air travel, security measures such as passenger screening, baggage checks, and body scanners are implemented to ensure the safety of travelers and prevent potential security threats. However, these measures may involve intrusive searches and screenings that can infringe upon the privacy rights of individuals. The line between privacy and security in this context is often drawn by implementing strict protocols, limiting the scope and duration of data collection, and ensuring that security measures are proportionate to the potential threat. Data collection by government agencies. Government agencies, such as intelligence agencies and law enforcement, may collect data for security purposes, such as monitoring and preventing terrorism or crime. However, the collection of data, such as phone records, internet browsing history, or location tracking, can raise concerns about privacy and surveillance. The line between privacy and security in this context is often drawn through legal and regulatory frameworks that define the scope, purpose, and oversight of data collection, ensuring that it is carried out in compliance with applicable laws and regulations, and subject to appropriate checks and balances. Online privacy. With the proliferation of online platforms and services, the collection and use of personal data for advertising, profiling, and tracking purposes have raised concerns about privacy. Individuals may value their privacy and want control over the personal information, while online service providers may argue that data collection is necessary for security purposes, such as preventing fraud or protecting against cyber threats. The line between privacy and security in this context is often drawn by implementing robust data protection practices, obtaining informed consent from users, providing options for privacy settings and controls, and complying with applicable privacy laws and regulations. Biometric data collection. Biometric data, such as fingerprints, facial recognition, or DNA, can be used for security purposes, such as access control, identity verification, or law enforcement. However, the collection and use of biometric data raise concerns about privacy, as it involves sensitive and unique personal information. The line between privacy and security in this context is often drawn by implementing stringent safeguards for biometric data collection, storage, and use, obtaining informed consent from individuals, ensuring data security and encryption, and complying with applicable laws and regulations related to biometric data. These are just a few examples where the line between privacy and security has been drawn, and the specific boundaries may vary depending on the jurisdiction, cultural norms, and technological advancements. Striking the right balance between privacy and security requires careful consideration of the specific context, relevant laws and regulations, ethical considerations, and stakeholder perspectives. In conclusion, the debate over where the line should be drawn between privacy and security is a complex and ongoing one. While both privacy and security are important, it is essential to find a balance between the two. As technology continues to advance, it is important that individuals, governments, and institutions work together to ensure that privacy and security are both protected. Subscribe to our channel for more video like this. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.